When we last left off in the world of Tungra, our party members, Lunarion and No-Beard Gog, after traveling with the Sapphire Rain through the islands of the Archaic Archipelago, under the sail of Captain Velnos, who, after a few nights here on the Rain, has proven to be a purveyor of many secrets, his own patron that he speaks to in his spear, whom he calls Umberlee, the one that beckons him to feed her daily in order to maintain his power. And while the party made way to various islands under the guise and under the view of the vortex of Vundrax, stopping in Olan, where they ran into a rambunctious bunch in the exiled vanguard, warning them to not trust the callings of the Kill Festival. Now, with many of these worries, future problems after Leandar and after the Kill Fest, more immediate threats have appeared. After leaving Olan, Captain Velnos became very reclusive in his ship, hiding out and casting a shroud of invisibility over himself while he battled deeply and mentally with his Biden. Captain Lunarion asked him, "Did you take care of that thing?" To which he did reply, "I'm working on it." And after Velnos disappeared and the party began to rush around the Sapphire Rain, Lunarion beckoning to Cthulhu and the like to tell the truth of Velnos' nature, of his curse, and of where his power came from. And after that speech, as the party looked up in the sky, a tiny dot began to grow larger and larger and larger before, boom, the body of Captain Velnos landed on the deck of the Sapphire Rain. And as he pointed his finger out into the ocean, "I will not yield." The storm that had been conjuring up enveloped the ship in aquatic tentacles that lifted it off of the sea level floor, 50 feet into the air, suspended, as all around you thunder and lightning crackle, as four large tentacles flop and appear over the edge of the deck. As you look around, Gareth, his bodyguard Elgin, No-Beard, Lunarion, and Velnos, you stand here within the jaws of Umberlee, the goddess of the sea. I need you all to roll initiative. Really good. Well, okay. As you guys watch as over the front of the ship, a large aquatic woman appears with hair of seaweed, wielding what appears to be a giant aquatic trident in her hand. As she looks out, she says, "You will yield!" Before she dissipates into the sea below as the tentacles begin to rip upon the deck. Nobir Gog, you're at the top of initiative order. What would you like to do?
Velnos, quickly. What is this thing's weaknesses?
Weaknesses? What do you mean weaknesses?
You should know this thing. This is something you serve. You don't know anything about. I cannot die here. I need to know what to do.
She is God. I do not know what weaknesses she may have. Yes, this is not our first fight, but I can't say the first time was a bit of a fight. I was left bloodied and bruised on the shores of Nicodramus.
Thank you. You are most unhelpful. As a Gog
If
is
you are
going to
afraid,
take.
go below deck with the rest of the crew.
Phoenix Rangers, do not get scared, Velnos. No worries, no beard. For now, let's just aim at the tentacles.
Indeed, as Gog walks closer to one of the tentacles, well, as close as he can get to. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just like that. I'm going to make and I'm going to do a shocking grasp. So I'm going to roll attack for that. That's a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Damage is 12.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I do some housekeeping over here. Okay, as you reach out with your shocking grasp, and you what does it look like when you grasp a tentacle? Give me a visual here. What are you doing?
So it's like I want to do like a palm. He's going to do a palm strike with like lightning energy like coming out of each one of his fingers as it wraps around like one of the tentacles and shocks it.
Okay, as you reach out and you do a like palm strike on the tentacle, the aquatic tentacle, as you you watch as pieces of the water begin to vaporize from the electric energy as you do 12 points of damage. No evidence of any sort of weakness here.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement speed to go to the other tentacle. The one straight opposite of me. It cannot take opportunity of attacks when it is hit by the shocking grasp.
Okay. As you take the rest of your movement speed to move to the north side of the ship, you rush up to the other tentacle that is slowly crawling over the edge of the deck. What would you like to do?
So that's one action. I got one more action left. I am going to use one of the items in my inventory. I'm going to use the Qual's Feather Token Whip. I'm going to throw that at my feet. So the tentacle. I mean, so the whip should. So the coin should turn into a whip.
All right, as you toss it down and you pull out a whip weapon.
Okay, I'm going to point it at this tentacle right here, and I'm going to use my bonus attack to command it to strike it. So would I roll a d20?
Let me see what the actual token is. 1 second, pulling up your character sheet.
Sir?
Yeah, so D20 plus a 9.
Okay. So that's a 19.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll a damage.
What is the damage? I could look. I'm sorry.
It is 1d6 plus 5.
Okay. Is that 11?
Yes, as you lash out your whip, striking the tentacle, giving it a taste of its own medicine in a way, as you strike it with 11 points of force damage, as it's briefly kind of knocked back before starting to make its way back up the deck of the ship.
Do I have any movement speed left?
A little bit of movement speed left, but not significant.
I want to use the rest of my movement speed to move back to the center, as close to the center of the ship that I can.
Okay, so you can only get about 5 feet away, and this is another tentacle, so it will take opportunity to attack on you.
Oh, this one. Oh, okay. Thank you. Good to know. All right, I will not move.
Okay. As you prepare yourself and you stay there, Lunarion, it is your turn.
No beard. Excellent damage. I'm going to send some help your way as I summon my spiritual weapon close to No Beard Gog, right to the right of him, close enough to where I could strike with my spiritual weapon. Velnos, how do you fight? Originally, I thought that you would strike with your trident or your bident or what have you, but I don't see it on you. I'm assuming you lost it in your tussle against Umberlee.
Yes, that's why she is pissed off now. I've rejected it. I've tossed it back into the sea. I've done what you said. We will reject her, and we will defeat her without it. I have my daggers and my spells.
Your spells, excellent. I wield spells as well, but in this case, I want to get up close. I've never attacked a tentacle up close before. As I walk close to the tentacle that Gog struck before, like within 10 feet of it. Not that one, the other one. Down below. That one, yeah. Yeah, it should be oh, nah. I can get like within that 30 because I could still hit if it's 10. Or I'll get up close to the
You can get here.
Is that 10 feet away? Is that 10 feet away? Like the thing?
Yeah, you can get here. You're within 10 feet of it now.
All right, bet. So I want to strike now with Duke Ungi's lance as I tell Velnos. Pay attention closely. Sir Gareth, you as well. Pay attention closely. This is how you strike true. As I roll to hit.
All right, go ahead and roll the strike.
The first roll is a 27.
27 hits.
The second roll is a 17.
Okay, 17 also hits. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
All right, I'm rolling damage for the first one. That's 15 points of damage. And I roll damage for the second one. That is 14 points of damage. 29 points of damage.
Okay, as you reach out at this shocking, this tentacle that is like electrocuted, it's kind of like screaming, wriggling, trying to make its way over the side as you slash it with Duke Ungi's lance. How do you want to do this?
As I look at it and I say, oh, it's not nearly as hard as I thought it would be. Perhaps I need to do more reading. As I strike forward the first time, and then I pull out, and then I slice diagonally to sort of cut it in half in a way.
All right, as you slice it, the tentacle wriggles back to the bottom of the ship.
Who's next? As I, that's my last action. Do I use my spiritual weapon now or do I wait?
You can use it now. Yep.
All right, cool. So for my spiritual weapon, I want to use my mind to kind of tell it to strike at the tentacle in front of No Beard Gog. I'm going to roll to hit. All right, that's a 20 to hit, not a natty.
Hits.
All right, I'm going to roll damage. That's going to be 12 points of damage.
All right, as your spiritual weapon sort of goes into like the side of Gog as he's landing these strikes with his whip, your spiritual weapon follows up quickly with its own slashes. And what is your spiritual weapon here?
My spiritual weapon is a trident. Okay. Not to be funny, Velnos, but I kind of wish to wield your trident for a bit. But instead, I'll use this.
You don't wish to wield this burden. As he calls back out to you, as you strike at the northern tentacle with your spiritual weapon. Anything else would you like to do?
I will rest.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Umberlee is going to use her first legendary action as she appears from the front of the ship.
Oh, there you are.
As she looks out above the deck, having her tentacle cut up into pieces and sent back into the depths. Her first strike is going to be to use the tentacle near Nobir Gog to strike him. So that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Miss.
As she slams down the tentacle on the deck of the ship, you sort of hold out your, you dodge out of the way as the water splashes on the deck, turning into a pool of water on the floorboards before it reforms back into a tentacle and sticks back up, preparing for another slam. It is now Gareth's turn, as he is going to say, "Captain, what should I do?"
Oh, either Velnos or Lunarion. We're both captains here. But if it was up to me, Umberlee, I thought you meant to hit us here, not to take us swimming. Gareth, just approach the tentacle to the upright near Umberlee and use an attack. Strike true against the tentacle.
Yes, Captain, yes! As Gareth is going to...
I'm sorry, Gareth, I don't know how much fighting experience you have. So instead of going alone to the lone tentacle over there, do get close to Nobir Gog, as he may be able to protect you, and strike true to that tentacle so you can get rid of it.
Alrighty. As Gareth is going to rush to the top, he's going to say, "Captain, I will strike true!"
Strike true.
He's going to swing with his blade. That is a 14 to hit, and that does miss as he goes and he tries to swing his sword before he spins in a whirlwind. And stops with his sword pointing at the tentacle. He says, "Did I get it?"
Let's hope you live long enough to swing again. You'll get another chance. I pray.
As you guys hear members of the Sapphire Rain working beneath the deck, Captain Velnos says, "The rain is ready! We will not falter!" As Velnos is going to take his first turn, and he will... Seeing that you guys have those tentacles taken care of, and Umberlee has revealed herself, he is going to immediately take an Eldritch Blast at her, sending 2 strikes. He says, "Funny, your own power used against you," because he fires out 2 blasts. 22 to hit and 27 to hit, both strikes. As Velnos hits with 15 points of damage, as you watch as the Eldritch Blast splash into the watery form that is Umberlee. Before she looks at him, she does not seem to be fazed by these attacks at all. As he says, "You will not taunt us! You will fall! Your tentacles have been defeated! You are not invulnerable!" With his bonus action, he is going to cast his Hexblade's Curse on the tentacle to the south, giving him a +4 to his attack and damage rolls. And he will end his turn there. And as he does, Umberlee is going to use her second legendary action. Seeing as that first tentacle strike was not significant, she is going to lash that tentacle as it whips up into the air. It's gonna swing out, and it's going to attempt to grab you. Nobir, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Velnos, you'll make a wonderful Phoenix Ranger. You are strong.
Yes, but first, as you say,
10.
we will deal with this demon. That is a fail as the tentacle wraps around your body. You feel enveloped by the water as it is gripping and grappling you before you are slammed down onto the deck, knocked prone. Now it is the next turn. We are going to go back to No Beer Gog. It is your turn.
No beard, I did not give you permission to wrestle with the tentacle.
I'm not wrestling. I'm merely gathering myself as I use my action to get up first.
Alrighty. As
And I
you
am
stand
going-
up.
Yeah, as I stand up, I'm going to make an attack. Just going to use a strike. 17.
On the tentacle, 17 does hit.
8 damage. 5 damage.
5 points of damage as you punch the tentacle, knocking a bit of the liquid back. Your forcefulness even like kind of pushes it back a bit as it is like moving a bit slower.
All right, and then I rolled a d6 for my whip to attack. That's going to be 10 damage of force damage.
So roll to hit for the whip.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
D20 plus 9.
Yeah, d20 plus 9.
14
14.
does not hit. As the
Okay.
whip lashes out, the tentacle sort of recognizing the movements, dodges out of the way.
All right, with that, I am all out of action, so I am going to just going to end my turn.
All right, Lunarion, it is your turn as you watch as Gog is busy fighting with the tentacle to the northwest. Gareth and your spiritual weapon are also up there. That one seems to be pretty ganged up on. As you sort of survey the battlefield after destroying your own tentacle, you look out and you see Velnos has cast his Hexblade's curse on. You see he's cast like this spell on one of the tentacles to the south.
These tentacles appear to be getting trickier. Let's take care of the one that you are fighting there, No Beard, so that it doesn't pick you up and throw you down again. There's also no guarantee that she won't summon more tentacles. We need to do away with the ones in the back of the ship first. As I look at the tentacle that No Beard Gog is fighting, and I'm going to roll some Eldritch Blast to hit. I'm going to roll now.
Alrighty.
The first one is missing. And I'm going to roll again. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I rolled Witch Bolt. Sorry. And then I roll Sorcerer's Burst. And then I roll. I'm sorry. My body is shaking. I rolled 24. Do you want me to not count that? Because I just rolled three.
Is that this one on the north side?
That's that one. Yeah. I just rolled one that would actually hit, and I would have to roll the damage, and that would be 14 points of damage.
Yeah, so those were 2 nat 1s on both of those first rolls.
Those were nat 1s? Okay, cool. Yeah, just ignore those. Do those. Go ahead.
As Lunarion, as you cast your Eldritch Blast at the tentacle to the north, the ship appears to rock. As I'm going to jump forward a bit, as Umberlee is going to use her action on your turn to resummon the tentacle, as one of the tentacles, right as you go to fire your Eldritch Blast, reappears on the side of the deck, startling you, which causes you to miss that shot. The next fire, as you shoot your second Eldritch Blast, it being thrown off balance by this, you strike your spiritual weapon. Go ahead and roll damage for me. 14 points of damage. Cool. As you, how much does your spiritual weapon have?
It does not say.
Yeah, we'll say that it eviscerates into nothingness with that blow.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Fine. As I turn to Umberlee and I say, it looks like you're going to spawn an endless amount of tentacles. So why not just get rid of you first? As I use Hexblade Curse, as I lift my arm up and I point it directly towards her, and I use my Hexblade Curse charge on her.
Alrighty, as you put your Hexblade Curse on the body of Umberlee, you watch as the entire ship appears to light up, because typically when you use this ability. You know, it's on smaller creatures, but this gargantuan monstrosity almost illuminates the sky within this dark, stormy area as your fiery Asmodeus hex applies to her, and you see the red light emanating from her chest.
Understood. And I'm going to use my. I'm assuming I'm going to accrue some type of reaction from this tentacle if I move, though I'm 10 feet away.
Yes, you are within range of a reaction attack. But
Got you.
don't
I'm
know.
just going to. You said it, but I don't know. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to move. Then I'm going to move behind Velnos. Like not there, but up, like right, like yeah.
So there's a box right here. You cannot step on. You could step on the box. You have to get up on the box though.
Oh, never mind. Then I'll move 2 paces behind that. So 2 behind there. 1, 2. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, I'll be in a cut. Yeah, I'll move right there.
Okay.
As go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As I tell No Beard Gog, No Beard, it looks as though we're gonna have to attack Umberlee directly. Perhaps we should summon that big rock that you had before.
Sure, will do. But make sure next time that you do an attack, you actually hit the target and not me or another weapon or anything else.
Understood, No Beard. Understood.
As Umberlee looks out, as she looks down, she feels the energy and she says, "Devilish devil, devilish devil, devilish devil," as she is going to raise her hand up into the sky. And as she does, you watch on the horizon is a giant wave appears to roll in. And as she does, you watch as from that wave, a spiral of water shoots up into the sky parabolically before slamming down on top of you, Lunarion. It is going to be a 27 to hit, 28 to hit.
It's for sure.
As the tidal spiral slams down on your body, you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got you. You said 27?
27 points of bludgeoning damage and 14 points of cold damage.
With
As,
my magic resist, what does that? Does
with
that?
your magic resist, that goes down to 7 cold.
Got you. Oh, crap. Got you.
You have something else?
Nah. Well, I'm going to use my I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to say, "Oh, more swimming. How about some fire?" As I use my hellish rebuke reaction from taking that damage.
Okay, go ahead, cast your hellish rebuke.
Where is my hellish rebuke? There it goes. All right, 15 points of damage. I want to take that. Put that here.
Alrighty, that is 15 reduced to 8.
Got you. Okay, so she's okay. I should have known that. Let's keep it going.
All right, as you as you rebuke her with your curse, she kind of scoffs at it as the fire lights on top of her, and mainly focusing on the hex there. That is where the ability is actually having some effect. Sorry, I'm trying. Give me 1 second. Let me get your character sheet up so I can manage your health. Unless you're doing it.
I got it. I got 40 points of health right now. Also,
Okay.
with that 8, did she take the additional 3 from the Hexblade's curse?
Yes, she will take the additional 3 from the Hexblade's curse damage.
Understood.
As you cast your hellish rebuke, she is going to look out, and you watch as the wind around the ship begins to swirl and swirl and swirl and swirl, and one by one you hear "Ah! Ah!" from below deck.
I wonder what's going on, Velnos. That does not sound good.
He says, "What? The crew of the Rain are fit for this fight. They will handle themselves." As he seems to be sure of his crew.
I trust in that, Velnos. I do. No bid. Let's do our part.
Right.
And as you hear that calling out, the wave that was cresting over the horizons crashes into the ship. You hear bodies and debris and tumbling all over. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw. They are rolling well. All right. Everybody saves. You guys manage to not get knocked down. You are, as the wave crests over, you are prepared. Seafaring folk, you guys have been on the water for some time now, as you manage to keep your foot steadfast without movement. As it is Gareth's turn, and he says, Captain, these tentacles keep popping up. Perhaps we should attack her directly.
Gareth, I quite literally just said that's no beard Gog. Please use that information wisely. Meaning, go towards her now. Or perhaps you could stand behind Velnos and attack from range if you have some type of spell, perhaps, that you haven't shown us yet.
Spell? The captain?
Yes, if not, that's fine. Head towards Umberlee. We'll catch up.
And he says, this thing looked like it's about to hit me. As he swings at the tentacle, as he starts to move and he's about to get struck, he turns around and takes a strike, and unfortunately he does miss. He's going to use his bonus action to say, Elric, save me! As Elric says, Gareth, what are you doing? This is not your fight, foolish prince, god damn it. And he starts stomping up towards Gareth. Velnos looks back, watching as you've fired out these blasts, hearing the calls, and as the wave crests over, he is going to look down at the tentacle to the south, and he's going to say, well, best take care of you first, as he has already casted his Hexblade's curse on the tentacle. He's going to fire that out. That is one strike. For 9 points of damage as he fires out his Eldritch Blast again at the tentacle. And as you watch, as from the inside of this tentacle, it's almost as if it's fighting within itself. The water begins to bubble and ripple and shake as he takes an additional 3 points of damage from the curse. It is now No Beer Gog's turn.
Okay, I'm going to move to the square adjacent to where Lunarion is.
You will take an attack of opportunity. Umberlee has not used her
Go for
reaction.
It's fine with me.
As you start to move down the stairs, so you kind of pass by Sir Elric as he's running up. The tentacle lashes out at you. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That does hit. Can I use my reaction?
What is your reaction?
Dodge
You have a dodge reaction?
or deflect attack. Basically, yeah, deflect.
So that is for ranged attacks. This is considered a melee attack, unless that's changed.
It includes bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
They have changed it. God damn it. Alrighty. So yes, you can use your reaction.
So I'd roll a 1d10.
1d10 plus 10. Damn.
Okay. Lunarion, I don't think I've told you this, but I will not die here.
Did you roll a 4?
I didn't give you permission to die either.
Yeah, so that's 14.
All right, as you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, as the tentacle whips out at you, you turn around and you kick it backwards. As you kick, one of the aquatic suction cups latches onto your leg and rips off a tiny piece of stone, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you manage to get down to Lunarion. Sorry, you want to get here.
Yeah, like adjacent. You know where he is to that, symmetrical to the way he is to that box. Just like that. Yep, there we go. All right. So I am going to use my ring to summon the stone wall.
All right, where are you placing it?
1 second. I'm going to place it sideways to kind of like it's a yeah. Yeah.
As Velnos gets shifted to the south.
Velnos, I'm sorry. Some of your ship is going to have to go.
My ship!
Yeah, hopefully you guys have spells to fix this. As now I'm going to use my second action to use my stone to summon the earth elemental.
So I want to be clear. You have 2 attacks per action. I let you get away with it on the first turn, but you have 2 attacks per action. You cannot cast 2 spells.
Oh, it's just the attacks. Oh, okay. That is fine with me. Okay.
All
right,
so
so I'm just going to use
stone wall as the giant wall of stone appears in the center of the Sapphire Rain, smashing through the captain's wheel and the storage on the deck, and also kind of smashing through a bit of the front of the ship as well. There's almost a bridge that goes between the 2 upper decks of the ship.
So you said my spells do not count as actions.
Your spells count as an action. You get 2 attacks per 1 action. You have 1 action. So you can like dart, you can quarterstaff, you can shock and grasp, you can fireball, unarmed strike, elemental burst. All of those things are attacks that you can do twice.
Got you. Understood. All right. So now what I'm going to do is use my firebolt.
Alrighty.
To hit Umberlee directly. She's within 120 feet.
Yes, go ahead and roll your firebolt.
Damn, that was so close to a natty. That is 9. That does not hit.
As that fires out, it does manage to make contact with her, but as soon as it does, this tiny little fireball just fizzles out in her aquatic body.
Okay. I tried. I missed. That's where I'm going to end my turn. Well, actually, no. I'm going to use my bonus action to move the whip 20 feet forward, so where it's like coming towards my direction.
Okay, I would say the whip is right next to you. Yep, you have it.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to end my action or end my turn.
With that, Umberlee is going to use another legendary action. As Gareth is within range of one of her tentacles, she's going to strike at it. 16 does hit. Oof. As Gareth is smashed again by the tentacle, but right as he is about to get hit, Sir Elgin jumps out with his shield and takes the damage for him as he takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage. It is now Lunarion's turn. Thank you, Sir Elgin. You are the greatest Griffin Knight.
I'm going to edit this part out, but I did send you this. Spiritual weapons don't have health and they can't be destroyed. Only when I cease to use the spell.
I would say you dropped the spell with that nat 1. Let's continue.
Fair enough. Gonna scroll down. No, Beard, you've done quite a bit of damage with this stone wall here. I hope that you plan to use it in a pretty sophisticated manner, or we're going to be in a bit of trouble with Velnos, after which, Asmodeus, I'm going to pull one out of your book. I'm going to cast Summon Greater Demon, and I'm going to summon a Bargoras in front of me. That shit, you already had it ready.
One second, he should be way bigger. Give me a second. That's better. As in front of you, as this demonic creature appears out of this dark summoning circle as Lunarion starts to speak in forbidden tongue. As emerging out of it, you see two large fists, and then it bursts through as it beats on its chest, and it turns to you and awaits its command.
Before that, in Rock, I don't have charges here. Can I summon another spiritual weapon?
Yes, you can.
All right, understood. Balgora, I'm going to summon another weapon to aid you as I lift my hand and a great sword rises from underneath him, like right next to Velnos. Balgora, I wish for you to go up to that woman up there, that fish, and destroy it. Eliminate her.
As he looks at you and he says, "Poo poo poo." Does this thing know how to speak? 1 second, let me see. What's its intelligence? I want to see if it can talk.
His intelligence is 7.
No, it cannot speak. As it looks at you, it looks at the goes, shakes his head, and then it gets ready to move. We'll say it goes. I think it goes on your turn, so you can command it here.
Yeah, I can command it here. So I just commanded it to go up there, straight up to her and use his multi-attack. He can do 3 attacks, one of which can be its mauling bite. So I want to do the wild fist first.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me the d20s and just add the modifiers onto them.
Got you. So I'm going to do...
This first one will be +7.
Yep, d20. That's not going to hit. That's going to be a 9. I'm just going to do all of the attacks, and then we can act it out. Yep. And then the second one, I want to be a slam. The Balgora slams. The creature must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or take 33 or 6d10 damage. Do you want to roll that? You're probably rolling it now. 14. All right, so we're gonna roll a.
No, that is a 29.
Okay, so you take half the damage on a success. So we're gonna go ahead and roll the 6d10. Do you want to roll it in the app there?
Yes, I will roll it here. What is the damage?
Yeah, it's a 6d10. I just didn't want to roll it in Google and go through the whole screenshot thing.
It takes 29 reduced to, what would that be? 29 reduced to 15 as he, the Balgura, that's just one of the attacks though. Doesn't have a third one?
No, that was 2. The first one was the wild fist. The second was the slam. Now I'm going to do a mauling bite. So I'm going to do a d20 and then +7 again. So I'm going to roll that now. Are you see a nat 1?
Oh my goodness! As the Balgura, which is not very intelligent, goes to bite Umberlee, it jumps because they do like to leap with their 40 feet of leaping. It jumps to try to bite her directly in the face, not quite understanding that she is literally made of water. As he goes to bite her, it chops right through as he takes a big drink, and you watch as the Balgura goes falling down into the water. As it splashes down, you see a giant wave, not a giant wave, but a giant splash of water into the sky off the corner of the ship, and you hear
Even summons can be funny. As I motion my spiritual weapon to move up and attack the tentacle to the right. No, I don't think it can move up there. Oh, yes, it can. It could have. Could you do that again?
It could get here.
All right, cool. And just run an attack at her. I'm going to do going to roll the attack for her. My spiritual weapon is a girl, and that's going to miss. It's going to roll 10 to hit.
Alrighty. As that, is that 10 plus anything? Do you add your modifier on top of that?
No, I don't. I don't think so. It's just +8. So I rolled a 2.
Okay, got you. 2 + 8. All right. As the spiritual weapon goes to slice, it also slices directly through the tentacle's corporeal form. As Umberlee's going to take her next legendary action, she is going to, well, actually, first, we'll do the lair action first. Well, we have to do legendary action, then we'll do lair action. So, legendary action, she is going to strike at Velnos, who is within 10 feet of this tentacle that is hexed, as it reaches out and attempts to smash him on the head. As a 25 to hit. As Velnos takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage from that tentacle strike. He's, cursed goddess, I will not yield. And she is now going to use her lair action. I need the Balgura to give me a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Got you. I don't know how to do that for it. So do you want me to just roll one for myself?
It is a d20 plus 5.
Got you. So I'm going to roll a d20 now. 17 plus 5, so 22.
Okay, it passes as you can't really see, but you hear what appears to be like sounds of combat coming from the Balgura. It's like yelping and yelling. Does not take any damage though. That is now Umberlee's turn. She is going to, seeing this wall form within the middle of the arena, the winds now kicking up. You watch as a small tornado begins to form on the deck of the ship, directly above the three of you in the center here. I need everyone within... Yep, I need all three of you to make strength saving throws, please. Okay, 12. Lunarion, what was yours?
6.
6. Okay. You all feel the vortex of this typhoon, of this water spout tornado pulling you into the center of this wall. Gog, you are slammed into the box. Lunarion, you as well, slammed into the box. You can hear each other on the side of the wall kind of grunting from the impact as Velnos as well is pulled back, and you are all restrained for 1 round.
That one did a
Gareth
bit of damage.
looks down. He says, Captain! What? Sir Elgin, go help them. I will handle this one by myself. He says, you're going to handle it by yourself, eh? You're going to handle it by yourself. Sir Elgin, come help me. Sir Elgin, go help them. How about Sir Elgin does what the fuck he wants?
How about Sir Elgin helps us kill Umberlee, or we all die?
Sir Elgin? What, Gareth? Never seen you quite so angry. Look, this is dangerous. As he starts to stomp down using his bonus action, he's going to assist Gog and pull you out of the, attempt to pull you out of the typhoon. That is a 15. So he does manage to pull you out. Gog, you are no longer restrained, so you will get your turn as Gareth is going to make his attack on this tentacle. And he once again swings around in a whirlpool, like Link, and he cannot connect. As you hear below the deck, as the ship begins to rumble, and you feel the ground beneath you, the deck beneath you crumbling, as the boat takes 1 siege point of damage with this 50 points of damage to the integrity of the vessel. As the crew beneath the rain start to call out, Captain! She's breaching the hull! Well, don't let her! We will handle this quickly! Make sure we stay afloat! As Velnos calls out, he's going to quickly rush up towards the... he's actually not. He does not have his weapon. He is going to, once more, he's going to fire out 2 Eldritch Blast at the tentacle here. 18 does hit. As he does 10 points of damage to the tentacle below him. He says, "This is taking much longer than I imagined." As he is going to activate his action surge, and he is going to try again. As you watch as he flexes his body, he whips out 2 daggers, and he goes to toss them at the tentacle. And those are both terrible rolls as they go flying directly through the body of the tentacle. He is unfortunately not able to make contact, as it is No Beer Gog's turn again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to now pull out my stone, my summoning stone, and summon the earth elemental.
All right, what does it look like when you summon it this time?
With the stone, the summoning stone, I'm going to touch the wall, and then I'm going to pull back. And as I'm pulling back, the earth elemental is forming out of the wall.
Nice, as it slowly makes his way, and it grunts a little bit, and it looks at you, and it may be giving you go give me a perception check.
That's a 23.
Yeah, you guys have been in a lot of fights together, as he sort of gives you a little bit of a smile.
And I give him a nod, and then I point at Umberlee and there, fight that.
As he looks over, he stomps his fist into the deck of the ship and begins to make its way over to Umberlee. What is his movement speed? 1 sec. 30. As it gets right up next to the stairs where the tentacle is, and before it starts to climb the wall, to instead of going up the stairs, it's going to try to climb the wall. It looks at the tentacle to the north, and then it looks back at you, and then looks at the tentacle.
Pointed at Umberlee. I didn't point at the tentacle.
All right,
He
and
can't make it to the tentacle. No beard. Have it attack that tentacle there.
Do we need this wall though?
Do what you feel is best. No beard.
I'm gonna unsummon the wall.
Oh, please don't unsummon the wall just yet.
What?
I may need that.
That's what I asked you for. Fine, got you. I'm gonna have it attack the tentacle then.
All right, this is going to make a multi-attack on the tentacle. It'll Sorry, that 15 does not hit, but is that a natural 20? That is a natural 20. As it smashes into the tentacle, obliterating it into nothing as you watch as the earth elemental kind of cocks its fist back before smashing into the body of the tentacle as the tentacle evaporates into water and oysters and liquid nothingness.
All right, now I'm gonna move diagonally up 5 feet so I can get a clear shot of Umberlee. And now with that, I am going to well, I got it. So I'm going to use Firebolt one more time to hit her within 120 feet. That is also another miss. That is
As
12.
it fires past her body.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna command my whip to move 20 feet closer again for my bonus action, and then I'm just going to end my turn.
So that's your whip as it approaches where the tentacle once was. It's kind of right next to your earth elemental. At the end of your turn, Umberlee is going to use another legendary action to strike at... She only has one here. Let's see. All right. It is going to use her legendary action on Velnos. As you watch as the tentacle that Velnos has hex blades has cursed reaches out towards him and latches onto his body, actually pulling him also out of the whirlpool, but he is knocked prone on the ground as he gets slammed into the side of the ship, smashed right in front of the tentacle, and he is also grappled as it begins to wrap its body around him. Lunarion, it is your turn.
All right. Excellent job, no beard. Rock, can I get my my summon to leap out onto the ship? Is that an action or is that something he'd have to do on its own turn?
So that would be his let me see exactly, because it can jump. Let me see if it has if that's a thing it has to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Juggernaut leap is 1. Long jump is up to 40 feet, and its high jump is up to 20 feet. It can land, blah, 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 blah. A creature whose space it lands on must succeed a dexterity save, or it could be knocked down or taken prone, or knocked prone. I don't see anywhere where it's saying that a leap or a jump is like a bonus action, so I would imagine that is like an action itself.
Yeah, so that would be an action which you would not be able to attack with him.
Oh, climb is a movement that isn't an action.
Yes, so he could climb.
He can climb 40 feet. Can I call him up? Bargora, climb. Go ahead.
This is going to be a bit more complex than a regular climb because it's mostly water with other elements mixed in. I will say he can probably find a way up here, but we are going to have to do a...
Nah, I'm just going to make him leap. I'm just going to make him jump. Not going to do that. I'm just going to Juggernaut leap 40 feet.
Alrighty, as he uses his leap and he lands back onto the deck of the ship.
Got you. Excellent. Excellent job. Let's not fall again as I look towards Umberlee. And I'm going to look at my Duke Ungi's. I'm going to look at Duke Ungi's lance and I'm going to think to myself, maybe I could use you. As I look at Umberlee and I'm going to roll some Eldritch Blast. Velnos, I'm going to take one out of your book. The first one is going to be a 24.
24 hits.
To hit. The second one is going to be a 21 to hit.
21 hits. We'll roll damage for both.
Damage for the first one is 10 plus 3. Damage for the second one is 15 plus 3. So that's 18 plus that is 31 points of damage.
As you fire out these Eldritch Blasts, you watch as they strike Umberlee, and still pieces of water and coral and seaweed fly off, but in general, she does not seem fazed by these attacks.
She's a strong one, but we will finish this. As I look to have my magical, my spiritual weapon move forward towards Umberlee to the right, my spiritual weapon up top next to his summon. Oh, no, my fault. I'm looking up. Okay, I thought the other one was mine. Yeah, I wanted to move closer, and I wanted to take an opportunity to strike, so I'm going to roll for my spiritual weapon to hit. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Gotcha. That's going to be 12 points of damage plus 3.
Alrighty.
That's 15.
15 points of damage as she is going to
do some bullshit.
Indeed. Okay, never mind. This actually... Yeah, she is going to, she's going to use her reaction, which... She does have... Yes, she does have a reaction. She's going to use her reaction to look out, and seeing you as the main spellcaster.
Bro, that is not how that works. But it is in Tungra. But it is in Tungra. Let's go. What's she doing?
Yes, as you cast out that Eldritch Blast and it lands and connects, you watch as through the actual trail of that spell, Umberlee reaches out and sends out a zap of lightning, a zap of electric energy that travels directly through the same pathway as your Eldritch Blast. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Understood. No, what? 5. It was on nat 20, then it moved to 5, bro.
Okay. You take 12 points of lightning damage.
Minus the, I got the magic resistance, so are we
Minus,
still?
yep.
Is
Minus
that
the
6?
Yep, minus the 6.
Okay.
You have
I'm gonna wait, 'cause
disadvantage
I
on
feel
your
like you're-
next spell attack. Not your next physical attack. Your next spell attack.
Okay. Okay. All right, is it time for my oh, he climbed up. All right, good.
Yes,
I'm
you
done.
still have your movement.
I'm going to move back one step into the cut right there. Yeah, right there.
Captain, are you retreating? As Velnos looks at you, step back.
Does it look like I'm retreating, or does it look like I'm preparing my next attack? You fool!
Sorry, it's tough to tell the difference when I'm grappled by this tentacle. As he is calling out for assistance in his own little way, as Umberlee is going to take her turn, seeing that Velnos is grappled and being the one that she is after. She fires out this ability at the Lunarion. She is going to call up her next attack as you see another wave begins coming over the horizon. I need everybody on the deck to make a strength saving throw.
19
20 passes. That fails. I need one for the Balgura. I'll do the Earth Elemental.
Balgura is, let's see, it's Constitution +4, so I'm going to roll the D20 +4. 16 +4, 20.
Okay. No Beer Gog. And I need these two as well. 1 second. Okay, they both pass. No Beer Gog and your Earth Elemental. Unfortunately, you guys are the only ones that fails as this wave comes cresting over. Something maybe about the rocks in y'all socks, but as it crashes over the deck, you both are smashed with Yes, you both are smashed. Sorry, with 13 points. I thought it said 29 for a second. I'm like, oh snap! You both were smashed with 13 points of cold damage, and then you are both pushed back 30 feet down the ship deck. So that would throw you into the stairs behind you, and it's going to send your Earth Elemental back 30 feet. And with that, she is going to end her turn. It is now Sir Gareth's turn. Watching Gog get slammed back, Eric is going to go down, and he's once again going to use his action to pick Gog up from his prone position, as Sir Gareth is going to strike at the tentacle.
Strike true, Sir Gareth.
I will strike as true as I can. I promise. I promise. And he hits!
This is your opportunity, Gareth!
For 10 points of slashing damage, Gareth slices off the top half of the tentacle right before it starts to reform. It is slowly reforming as he says, Captain, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it!
Show me, Gareth!
Yep, the elemental gets slammed into, well, I guess that box is done. So yeah, it gets thrown all the way back right next to you, God, because you and the Earth Elemental are kind of laying next to each other as he looks over to you and like shrugs his shoulders. Like, I don't know what just happened. And then as that happens, Sir Elric comes and he lifts you up to pick you up. As the crew below deck, in combat with their own demons, again you feel as the ship is taking damage from underneath. You hear the crew calling out, "Captain! How's it going up there? We're handling it! We are handling it!" As Velnos is going to attempt to get out of his restraints, and he rolls a 0 as he is whisked overboard.
Velnos!
Damn it.
No Beard, is your turn.
Okay, so I'm back up.
Yes, as Eldrin walks over, he says, Get up, champion of Westweld."
I'm up now. Thank you for your assistance. I appreciate all of it. As I am now going to, damn it. I'm gonna move up to where my whip is.
All right, as you move up to the whip location.
Okay. I'm about to get very experimental right now. I am going to cast my elemental burst right behind Umberlee. So it's a sphere. It's a radius of 20 feet, a 20-foot sphere. So I want her just out, like just inside of it, so where the ship is like barely in it. If that makes any sense.
You want to like just hit her, maybe like out here kind of deal?
Yeah, I only want her to be targeted like within that sphere.
Okay, got you.
All right, so let me go ahead and use both of my key points for that. Okay, hopefully this hits. I am going. All right, now I'm going to roll it. Oh, so I don't need to. Okay, I could just do the damage for it. She needs to make it a dexterity saving throw.
Puny Tungrans. Foolish Tungrans.
Why can't I find it on my spell list? What the hell is
25.
going on? Okay, thank you. And that is going to be, this time we're going to try thunder. And that's going to be thunder damage.
As you throw out this elemental burst, as it crackles on the edge of Umberlee, she does not take any thunder damage.
Okay, that's one element down. I still got more. So, guess what? I'm going to do it again.
Foolish Tungrans! I am the goddess of sea! Electricity has no power against me! As she is, she's already, she's already used a reaction. Go ahead.
Okay, so this time I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to use cold damage.
No,
let's try cold.
No, Beard. Do not use your cold damage. I hear you. Try something else. Poison, for instance.
I don't have that. I have acid.
Then try acid.
I'm going to try acid. He rolled a 3d8. It's just not. It is just not. For some reason, I just can't roll the 3d8. Well, I can just do it that way.
As you throw out your elemental burst, did you roll to hit?
I don't have to roll a hit. She has to roll a dexterity save.
Oh, it's dex save? Okay, so she takes half of the acid damage as she takes 5 points of acid damage. As you watch as the water begins to mix in with the acid and bubble and fizzle off.
The hell?
That's fine, no Beard.
I rolled the save just in case, but I was pretty sure she was going to say.
Oh, you passed. Okay. Oh, yeah. Obviously, yeah. It only took half damage. Got you. This is not looking good for me. I am going to command for my bonus action. I'm going to command the whip to move 20 feet
That's not your
closer.
bonus action, I don't think. I think you can just command him. I don't think that costs a
No, I
bonus
said
action.
the whip.
Oh, your whip. Sorry. Okay, yes. So your whip will move up
Yeah, 20 feet closer. That's all I can do at a time.
as it goes up
All
next
right,
to the
and
Balgura.
all right, I'm going to end my turn and command my elemental to use his attacks. Well, get closer and use his attacks.
As he goes up again, Umberlee is going to. Oh, everybody's gone except Gareth. Well, no need to waste a legendary action here. Go
Well,
ahead,
before we do
Lunarion.
that, can I move closer to the wall, to my stone wall?
Yep, go ahead.
There we go. All right.
All
All
right.
right.
You said it's Lunarion's turn?
Yes, sir.
As Lunarion lifts both hands, and with his right hand, he wields his spiritual weapon as he urges it to attack. I'm going to roll to attack with it. That's going to. Oh man, I'm opening up everything in the book, ain't I? That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Is that crit? Almost.
That is not a crit, and that's 7 points of damage plus 3. That's 10 points of damage.
As you slice at Umberlee, she glinces back a little bit for the first time.
All right. As I Balgura attack. As I push my Balgura to attack, he's going to move forward. We're going to make some rolls, man. We're going to do our wild fist, which is actually +9 to attack. So I'm going to do my. Oh, this is the wrong one. Sorry. Second. Balgura.
DM's advice. Is this a multi-attack?
This is a multi-attack? Yeah. I'm trying to find the joint. Yeah.
Okay. I also will let you know he also has a reaction that you should read.
Got you. There we go. Yeah, regular Balgura. Okay, cool. Regular one. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna do 3 attacks, 1 with bite, 2 with its fist. So we're gonna roll a bite. I'm going to do a D20. D20 is going to be a 15 plus 7 is 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 2d6 plus 4. D6. I don't know how to do it like twice. Do I just roll it? Oh, I gotta hit it
If
twice.
you click it twice,
2d6.
yeah,
Yep. 2d6 plus 4. That's 5 plus 4 is 9. Am I adding my magic to it? I don't think so. My Hexblade's Curse?
no.
Okay, so that's 9 points of damage. We're gonna do the next one, our fist. Actually, we're gonna do just another 1 with his bite and 2 with. Okay, so it has to be 2 with his fist. Cool. So we're gonna run another d20. That's gonna be a 9 plus 7. That's not gonna hit. Well, that's what is that? 9 plus 7. What is that? 16.
So you got. Yes, 16 points of damage there.
No, that's just a 16. Like I rolled to hit.
Oh, 16 does hit. Just hits.
Okay, cool. So 16. I'm gonna roll to damage. Damage now. 1d10 plus 4. So we're gonna roll to 1d10 is a 7 plus 4. That's an 11 points of damage. And then I'm gonna roll another d20 for the fist. D20 is going to be a 16 plus 7. So that I'm sure that hits.
That
16
hits.
plus 7. So I'm going to roll the damage 1d10. That's going to be a 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage.
As the Balgura lets out a fury, this time understanding its limitations with regards to how he can fight this creature, it lands a flurry of blows, dealing over 30 points of damage with that one multi-attack. Great job.
Excellent. As I look at her and I say, we're just getting started. As I raise my right hand again, and I'm going to use an Eldritch Blast. I'm going to use the Eldritch Blast. A couple of those. I know I'm rolling with those with disadvantage, yes?
Yes.
Yep. So the first one is going to be I can't even see that. So the first one is going to miss. That's 15.
15 misses.
The second one I'm going to roll is a nat 1. So I'm not even going to roll it twice.
Let me see here. Yes. So the first one's a 15. As it flies, it hits her, but this time she is prepared for it as she kind of swipes her hand and knocks it out of the way. That second one being a nat 1. As you fire, you hit your Balgura in the back. Go ahead and roll me damage.
All right, cool. I also did not roll his health. Can you roll an 8d10 really quick? It's 8d10 plus 24. So I don't know what his health is. Oh, I'll do it really quick.
He has 40.
Oh, you got it. All right, 40 plus 24?
64.
All right, cool. So that's right around the 68 mark. All right, cool. And I'm going to roll damage for the Eldritch Blast, you said?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'm going to do this. That's going to be 10 points of damage.
As you smash him in the back, go ahead.
Yeah, as I sort of Velnos, we need to get Velnos back on the ship. As I end my turn.
Yes, as you're calling, you can hear Velnos says, "What the as he appears to be getting attacked from something within this layer of Umberlee. At the end of your turn, she is going to use her next legendary action that she was holding to do something very, very fun. She is going to, well, actually, no, it's her turn as well. So, yeah, she's going to skip out her legendary action here. On her turn, she is going to reach out, and you watch as this tentacle reforms to the northeast, and she ends her turn. With that, Gareth is going to say, I got it! I got it! You're going down, foul beast! And he rolls another 3 and misses. The crew of the Sapphire Rain are fighting beneath the deck as they're calling out to Captain Velnos. They do manage to stave off that next attack as Velnos is going to attempt to free himself. As you once again hear him, ah! 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 As he takes some more damage. No beard. It is your turn.
I'm gonna use damn. Wait, are all the tentacles back?
Yes, they are.
I thought it was just one. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna use. All right, cool.
We need to get rid of
Fine.
those, no beard. We really do. We don't want all 4 tentacles around the ship.
Damn it, man. I hate this. I'm gonna. Damn it. All right, I'm going to run up on that tentacle, the one closest to me.
As you rush up to the newly sprouted tentacle of Umberlee.
10 feet. Okay. I am going to first make an unarmed strike. That's a 14.
14 does not hit.
Okay. I'm going to make another unarmed strike. $20. Dirty.
20 dirty hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That's 5 damage.
As you smack it with your open palm.
I'm not done yet. All right, now I'm going to use Flurry of Blows as my bonus action, so now I can get back 2 unarmed strikes.
16 hits.
That is that's 8 damage for that one. So I'm going to hit again. 15.
15 hits. AC.
Right. That's 4 damage for that one, and then my last one does not hit. That is 10.
As you lay out these blows, the tentacle is reacting and recoiling with every single strike. And as that last one hits, the last one goes to connect before you see as it starts to sort of wither before it gathers itself, and it's like weakly wiggling in the air.
Okay, now I'm gonna have my golem attack that one.
Let's multi-tack
How
this
many-
out.
Yeah, go ahead.
27 hits. As he smashes it again, sending the tentacle into nothingness.
Does it have any movement?
He still has his movement, yes, as he's only used like 5 feet to walk over to where he was. He's now standing on the stairs.
He's going back up front. Closest to Umberlee as he can get. All right, and that's where I'm going to end my turn at.
So he gets right up next to the Balgura. And you.
He still can attack, right?
Yeah, he. Let me see.
You only use one attack.
If he has it, I don't know how the multi-attack works.
Attack to try to like guarantee he would hit though, so he technically doesn't like still have like all the attacks. I tried to make sure it died.
Got you. Fair enough.
All right.
All right, and that's where I'm going to end it.
So as the Earth Elemental moves up to Umberlee, she says, "You bring these weak summons to my presence. I will show you true power." You watch as she raises her hand, and again on the horizon, you see as a giant wave comes from the direction of the vortex of Vundrax. And cresting over that wave is a dilapidated ship getting ready to crash into the Sapphire Rain. Lunarion, it is your turn.
She means to throw a ship into our ship. Can I see it? Can I see the ship?
You can see the ship. It's about 300 feet away.
I can't attack it. If I tried to attack it from here, I wouldn't destroy it.
Then she'll have to die before it gets here.
Yeah, we'll have to destroy her first. As if I do that, I can't cross the wall. I can't cross the wall from here, so I'll have to continue my attacks from here. All right, as I roll for an Eldritch Blast. The first one is going to be 26 to hit.
That hits.
The second one is going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
I'm going to roll damage. The first one is going to be 13 plus 3, 16. 16 points of damage. The second one is going to be a 15 plus 3, 18. 18 plus 16 is 20 or 34 points of damage as I use my Eldritch Blast
as you
at her.
Fire out these blasts. They strike her with more force. As you watch as her body, her breasts even begin to like fire back. Her hair flies back into the air as she seems to be getting affected by these attacks now.
All right. As I call for my spirit weapon to swing at her, as I roll to attack with my spiritual weapon, that's not going to hit. That's going to be a 12. As it's going to swing and miss, and then I'm going to have my Balgura attack. One thing about the Balgura is it has a reckless effect. So at the start of its turn, all melee attack rolls have advantage.
Which means all attacks against it are at advantage.
Correct. All attacks against it until its next turn. So like reactions have advantage until the start of its next turn. But we're going to go ahead and rock. So we're going to do. Oh no, it's the reverse. It's what you said. So we're going to do a a bite first. So I'm going to roll the d20. That's 14 plus 7. That's 21.
21 hits.
21 hits. We're going to roll 2d6s. 2d6s. That's going to be 3 plus 4. That's 7 points of damage. Then we're going to do the fist. So that's 7. We're going to do a what is that? D20. I'm tripping. Okay, nat 20 on the fist. So we're going to do a nat 20, 1d10 plus 4. That's going to be 4. That's 8 damage. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 8, I'm assuming, because of the nat 20. So 16 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, that's 16. And then we're going to do our last fist hit. So we're going to roll our d20, and that's going to be a 12 to miss.
12 does miss. As that last strike, unfortunately, as Umberlee, and she quickly uses her action to disappear. As you watch on the horizon, she is going to use her bonus action to cause this wave to smashing into the side of the Sapphire Rain on the northern edge where Elric is, as the vessel takes 2 points of siege damage. That's a total of 100 damage.
Now she's attacking the ship. She must be feeling these blows, no bid. We can take her down.
Yes, we can.
From the vessel, you watch as stumbling on the deck. No Beard, you can see this because you're on the northern side. Lunarion, with the wall, you wouldn't be able to quite make this out. Oh, Gog, actually, give me a Constitution saving throw, please, as well. But Gog, you would definitely see this as well as Elgin and Gareth. It appears like a woman zombified. Yes, so you're... The wall falls. A woman zombified and drowned, moist, her body bloated, steps off of the ship, slowly slithering towards Elgin. As she does, she is going to make an attack on him and Gareth. Let's see here. He does pass. But Elgin takes 10 points of slashing damage as the siren sort of moves quickly towards him. And seeing that as Gareth doesn't react, he's not charmed by her, she quickly attacks him before focusing on... seeing Elgin's not charmed by her, she quickly attacks him before focusing on Gareth and begins to sing a song. Gareth, come swim with me, Gareth. Come, take a dip. And he says, "No, you foul wench! I am a prince of Westworld! I will not fall to your foul games!" As Umberlee is going to end her turn, and Gareth is going to... He says, "I have my monster to slay!" He is going to take another strike at this tentacle of Umberlee, man. And he finally gets a hit. Let's see. Another hit, I would say. As Gareth slices, he does the whirlwind slash again. And slices through the tentacle in the northwest as it gives off and unlatches from the ship. You hear him call out, "Captain! I did it! I defeated the monster! We're safe! We have done it!"
You are making your way to be a true warrior, Gareth.
And he's going to use his movement to now make his way to defend Elgin. And he is going to end his turn as the ships is going to try to make some repairs here as you guys are in bad shape. You hear people patching, Captain, it's getting dicey down here. They've breached the northern side. As things are getting a bit dicey underneath the deck. As Velnos is going to attempt to once more get out of his situation. As you guys hear, as he takes more damage. He is lucky he can breathe underwater, I will tell you that much. As it is now Gog's turn.
Gog.
Yeah. Yes, Captain.
If we make it out of here alive, or rather, when we make it out of here alive, I say we make Gareth a preliminary member of the Phoenix Rangers. I like his grit, his spirit. He just has it. That thing, that we all have.
A heart? I don't know. I'm not worried about that right now, Captain. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you afraid?
No.
No bit?
Afraid of what?
Of losing to a fucking fish, no bid.
That's not the thing I'm afraid of. It's what happens after that. As Gog is going to use his movement to run up on Umberlee.
So your earth elemental moves out the way. As you move to where she was, and as you get up there, she is no longer there. In fact, the water where she was appears to be rippling. And as you look down, give me a perception check, or give me an arcana check, please. Either one.
You're right. I did see her disappear. I don't know why I'm not paying attention like that. All right. You said arcana or perception? What'd you say?
Either one, whichever you would like.
Arcana's higher, so I'll use that one. Damn, I was so close to a natty again. That is whatever it is hella low.
You're unable to make out anything arcanic, but you do see that off the front of the ship, down below, 50 feet down, there appears to be a magical aura, a hue that is glowing where Umberlee appeared to disappear.
Captain, there's something down here. That must be where she is, but I'm not going down there. Velnos is the only person who could possibly help right there. I'm going to actually step away from the ship.
In the meantime, let's take out these tentacles, just in case.
All right, let me go. Let me fight the rest of the tentacles. The closest one to me.
Okay, yeah, you can get down there. Oh, sorry, no, you can't. Sorry, you cannot get down there.
I can't get down there. Okay.
But we'll say you're about 10 feet away, though. Since you would have known she was
10 feet away, you said?
Yeah, I'll put you 10 feet away. I think that's fair.
Okay. So I'm going to use something that I can use in my trait, which is, what is it called? Elemental Attunement. So I'm going to expend one focus point to use that, and I can use any elemental energy that I want to. In this case, I'm going to try acid again. So I'm going to attune myself with acid. This lasts for 10 minutes. And while I do this, all my melee attacks have a range of 10 feet now.
Alrighty, very nice.
So what I'm going to do is my bread and butter. Let's get it doing. Let's get it going, baby. Unarmed strike. That is that's a miss. That's a 13. All right, we're going to use. Did I use an action?
Elemental Attunement is
It's in my features and traits. It's something I can do at the start of my my turn. Every turn.
No, it's just a focus point.
Okay, so All right, cool. So that focus point is done. All right, I'm going to use my other action. Another unarmed strike. That's a 16.
16 hits. That's ace.
7 damage. I'm actually going to use my bonus action to bring my whip 20 feet closer to me. Well, yeah, as 20 feet forward, going to the direction where the tentacle is.
Okay, it gets right up on the tentacle within range. You just want it at the 10 feet range?
If it's in within 10 feet, I can have it attack. So I want it to attack.
All right, go roll attack.
Was the attack again? Was it a D20
plus
yeah.
9.
Oh hell no, that's a 10.
Yeah, that is an 11.
11.
That unfortunately does
11.
not hit the tentacle.
Yeah.
Still got your earth elemental.
All right, so we're gonna have him move up to the tentacle and attack it.
$16 to hit, does 12 points of damage as it smashes the tentacle, sending it into nothingness.
Okay, and we're going to end our turns.
All right, at the end of your turn, she's going to use another legendary action. From the front of the ship, you watch as raising high above the deck, the coral tip bident, the one that Velnos calls Aaron, raises into the sky, sheathed and surging in sea foam. As it rises higher and higher and higher, it slowly tilts on its axis and faces the ship, and around it, water begins to coalesce until it forms what appears to be a giant spear. As Umberlee appears from underneath it, as she grasps it within her hands before chucking it down onto the deck. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
21.
21 passes.
21.
Give me one for the Balgura.
That's a D20, correct? D20 plus 2.
5.
Okay. D20 plus. We might be looking at two different things.
No, look underneath. He has a +5. He has a bonus on his saving throws for dex.
You're right. I'm tweaked out.
All good. The drown one fails.
5. That is 13.
13 fails. Gareth and Elgrim both pass. So let me look at this again. So who got below 18?
Balgura.
I'm sorry, below 17.
Balgura.
Just Balgura?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, I think everybody else may have passed except for the drown one. As the Balgura and the drown one take 16 points of cold damage. Everyone else takes 8. Lunarion, you take 4.
Okay.
And the drown one and the Balgura are both knocked prone as well as a result of this.
She's starting to get a bit trickier.
Lunarion, it is now your turn as she raises the spear of Aaron again before whisking it back into her hand, and you watch as the water forms around it again.
So you wish to attack with that thing again? Fine. Balgura, get up! You are doing well, and I appreciate your might. As it uses an action to get itself back up from being prone.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. I wanted to use. No, it's not going to use that. She's just going to break away from it. Unfortunate. So, Balgura, I'm assuming, use its action to get back up. No attacks here?
Does not have any attacks. It does have
Understood.
Movement.
Yep. I want my spirit weapon to roll attack, as I say. I'll attack with my spirit weapon once more. as I try to make my way over here to attack with it. We're going to roll to hit. That's going to be a 21 to hit. We're going to roll
21 hits.
damage. That's going to be 6 plus 5, 11 plus 3, 14 points of damage.
As Umberlee is knocked back, you see as water splurts off of her body as it appears like her stomach is like, there's like a line that opens up between her stomach as it opens up, and you see a giant maw of water open up a gigantic mouth at the front of the ship.
This is getting quite annoying. As Lunarion contemplates going up to the front of the ship. How far is that? I
60.
cannot make that. Yeah, I can't make that. I want to walk 30. Let me walk 30 forward. A little bit more there. Yeah, I'll walk up there. As Lunarion uses his Eldritch Blast as he prepares to roll to hit. That first one is going to be a 20 to hit, dirty.
Hits.
That's going to be 13 points of damage, 10 plus 3. And then I'm going to roll to hit again. That's going to be a nat 1. That is the 5th nat 1. Nat 1.
As you fire off that nat 1, this one's going to hit the earth elemental as he's the first person in your line of sight. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the Sorcerer's Birth. My fingers hit.
Lunarion, we talked about this. The
14
target.
points of damage. Yeah, I know. My hand is trembling a bit. I've taken too much damage, but not enough to kill me.
Are you the scared one?
Do I look scared from moving from the back of the ship to the front?
My hand doesn't tremble.
I'm a magic user, but I wish to end this with my spear.
Alrighty. As Umberlee is going to, it is now her turn. She's going to use her first legendary action to, as the giant stomach within her body begins to open up, she's going to take a giant chunk out of the ship. She's going to make a bite attack on the vessel. As a 4, as it she crunches down, but in this state she is unable to inflict any significant damage. As she does, the Balgura goes and smashes her right on one of the, like right above on the upper jaw, kind of pressing her back. From that, on her turn, she is going to use her action to, once again, you watch as another wave comes cresting over before she turns it into this tidal spiral, and she slams it down on the Balgura in front of her. It's going to be 24 to hit.
That hits.
For 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And 10 points of cold damage for a total of 32.
It's resistant to cold.
For a total of 27. As the Balgura is slammed down, its head and its jaw sort of smashes down on the deck of the ship as a tooth flies out of his mouth. It goes. As,
You're doing well, Balgura. Fear not. Oh, I know. That one looked like it hurt quite a bit.
She's going to use another bonus action here to summon another drowned one, as off of the vessel, a creature with arms made of hooks steps off with a hat tilted in a triangle cap. As he steps down, he leashes. This creature is going to move over to Elgin as well, and is going to make an attack on him.
Elgin, if you cannot handle those, speak up. But I do have trust in you.
19 does hit. Yeah, as it takes 12 points of piercing damage, he also needs to make a saving throw here. as he fails and he is yanked past the other drowned 10 feet and thrown onto the floor as it jumps onto his back and restrains him as he is locked underneath this hooked whore's body. And with that, Umberlee is going to also use her lair action. Oh, sorry, I've already did that with Velnos. We are good to go. It is now Gareth's turn. And he says, Elgin, no! I, Gareth, defeater of mighty tentacles, will save you! As he rushes down to attack.
Be smart, Gareth.
That is a hit. As Gareth strikes and he cuts down the first hooked or the first siren as she goes to sing another song to his ear. Gareth, come swim with me. He says, you will swim with death, as he cuts her down and she dies again.
Good shit, Gareth. I like this guy. I like him a lot.
He's growing on me.
As
He's handling the back of the ship all alone.
As you hear from beneath the ship, Captain, we can't hold on much longer. The tentacles are piercing the hull. As they take another siege point of damage, as you hear now the groaning of the ship. It is in a bad shape as parts of it are leaking. You see as pieces of the mast are also starting to wane and lean. As Velnos is once again going to try to get out of his predicament.
Come on, Velnos, bro. We need you. Let's go, bro. Oh my gosh, you went from a 17 to a 10.
Yeah, he is still down there.
Oh man,
He has a -1 to strength, bro. This is going to be tough for him to get out of. As he takes some more damage. No! No! Umberlee! Would you really kill me? Then your goals! What must of them then? They will become nothing! Dust! You need me! As he is spiraling. As it is now Gog's turn.
Gog, you and your Titan. Strike true. We need to defeat Umberlee quickly.
We will. As I run up to Umberlee. And I am going to. Well, I want to run up like not directly in front of her, like 10 feet. Since I'm imbued with my acid damage. Alright, cool. So first I'm going to attack her with unarmed strike. And it's over. Go ahead and kill me now.
As you miss, what would you like to do? Bonus action movement?
I want to. Can I try to hit again?
You cannot. You have another. Yeah, you have another attack with your action.
All right, I'm going to get cooked anyway, so I might as well. That's an 8. That's a miss.
Yeah, both of those. Oh, that is a nat 1. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said
as
kill me now.
Go to send out a strike at Umberlee. She is going to. Yeah.
No, that second one wasn't a net one. That second one was
No,
a 2.
that first one was a net.
The first one was a nat 1. As you go to strike at Umberlee, Gog, you actually slip on some water that is on the front of the deck, and you fall prone. Her next attack against you will have advantage.
Is that it for my? So that means that second one didn't matter. Can I get up then?
So yeah, that second one did not happen, and you do not have an action to get up. You are prone.
Okay.
Damn it, Gog. At the very least, have your Titan strike.
Yeah. Attack. I'm gonna have an attack. Umberlee.
As the Earth Elemental walks up, he is going to multi-attack on Umberlee. That is a 20 to hit, and it does. As he hits her for 19 points of bludgeoning damage. And then another natural 20!
Oh my god! The Titan!
As he hits her for 61 points of bludgeoning damage. Boom! Boom! Protecting its master as it punches back Umberlee as she prepares to strike Gog. She says, "Fools! Fools!" She does not have a legendary action. Actually, yes, she is going to use her legendary action again as she raises the spear into the sky as it once again is enveloped with surging sea foam and corals as she tosses it down on the deck of the ship. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
7.
There's no way.
Bro, restroom break. 1 sec.
Yep, we take a hiatus.
Oh man, this nigga Asmodeus hexed my rolls, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit got a nigga on the edge of his. Keep going.
Yeah, so Gareth actually rolls a natural 1. So that is bad. Let me see what else we got. Gog below 17.
Bro, that was a natural 1 again, bro.
Oof. I think everybody may fail this. Yeah, so that is fails all around the board.
All right. What's the verdict?
As Umberlee throws down the spear once more, striking everyone on the ship, you guys watch as Gareth is thrown back as he takes 22 points of damage. He like yelps out. The drowned one is completely destroyed. You all take 11 points of cold damage. Lunarion, that is reduced to 6.
Is this a ranged attack?
This is a ranged attack, yes.
My reaction.
Sorry, well, it's an ability, so it's not a ranged attack. It's an ability.
Oh yeah, what's an ability?
It's a saving throw. So it's if you're trying to you wouldn't be able to deflect this, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it's 11 points of cold damage. Lunarion reduced to 6. Sorry, managing a bunch of life bars. As Gog, after that strike, you are knocked. Oh yeah, that also has advantage on you too. But you are knocked back into the post right where your wall of stone kind of erupted through the upper deck. As you hear a ringing sound in your ears, like a loud white noise sound. As there's also like a deafness because of all the water and sloshiness and just the overall deliriousness of this battle is starting to take its toll. It is now Lunarion's turn.
No bid. You're looking rough over there. As I slowly start to walk up, and I'm taking my movement, but I'm walking to Umberlee as I'm talking to No Bid. I think I'm getting a bit rough too. Let's go ahead and let's finish this now. As I'm pacing up. Am I 10 feet away?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna roll to strike with Duke Ungi's lance. As I look at my lance, strike true, as I've told the others. As I roll to hit, and that first one is gonna be 18 to hit.
That is the AC. Sorry,
And
it's
it's
not
gonna
the AC, but
be
that hits.
then it's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Both of those hit.
First damage is gonna be 18 points, 15 plus 3. And the next one is gonna be 18 plus 3. So 18 plus 21. 18 plus 21 is what? 30 something? What is that? 18 plus 21?
Yes, as you pierce with both of those strikes, you watch as the infernal flame of Asmodeus' sex within her reacts with every single strike of Duke Ungi's lance as she takes an incredible amount of damage, reacting and falling back as she. No! You are mortals! Mortals! Bonus action and
As Lunarion is kind of out of breath. And he says, go ahead.
no, you're good. Go ahead. It's all you.
No, you're good. You went out for a second. Go ahead.
No, I was done. She just said, "You are mortals. You are mortals."
Understood. As I have my Balrog go to attack, we're gonna roll some d20s here. The first one is going to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
19 to hit. That we're gonna run 2d6s. 19 to hit. That's 8 plus 4. That's 12 points of damage off the first hit.
Alrighty.
We're gonna do a fist, so we're gonna roll another d20. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Gotcha. We're gonna roll 1d10 for the damage plus 4. That's gonna be 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage. And then the last d20 is going to be 12 to hit, so that one's gonna miss.
Okay. That one also that does miss as you. He says,
But he does have
Demon!
advantage. So do I roll again?
Yes, you roll again because it is with advantage. Sorry.
Gotcha. So we're going to roll another d20, and that one's going to be a
That one hits.
21 to hit. So we're going to do a 1d10. 1d10 here. That one's going to be a. Oh crap! That's going to be 7 plus 4. That's 11 points of damage.
Okay. Now she says, No! I will have what is mine! You cannot defeat me! As she rushes out, she's going to use a legendary action again to once more,
Is this a reaction, or can I attack again?
This is a legendary sorry, do you have another
Gotcha.
attack?
I was going to use my spiritual weapon.
Okay, yeah, so yes. This is a react. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you do that.
Gotcha. So I'm going to use my spirit weapon to attack. We're going to go down here. We're going to roll to hit. And that's going to be a 15 to hit. So that one's going to miss. Go ahead.
All right. She's going to use her legendary action to. Ooh, 1 second. Okay. She is going to raise one of the deceased drowned ones and move it 30 feet towards her position. As she summons it right next to Gog, on her turn, her action, she is going to say, "Get back!" As once more you watch as a giant wave comes flying, not out of the sea, but this time literally out of her body, as from the maw within her belly, she spits out this surge of water. I need everybody to make a everybody to make a strength save on this upper deck here.
All right, 15.
Under 16? Sorry, under 14?
Oh, no, I'm not under 14.
I barely missed it. 13.
Okay. Gog, you are pushed back as you take 14 points of cold damage. You are knocked unconscious as you are thrown off the upper deck of the ship, landing onto the middle.
No bid! Oh, you will pay. You will pay.
With her bonus action, she is going to summon another drowned one. This time, a very fat blood creature walks onto the vessel. As it does, it's going to move right up to Elgin, and it is going to. It is just going to attack him. And as it does, it just slowly kind of belly bumps him and does no damage. It says, back up, you foul creature. You smell terrible. As that is her turn. Lunarion, did I skip the rest of your turn or were you done?
I was done.
Okay, just make sure. My bad. All right, cool. Gareth is going to take his turn, seeing that bloated one pop up. He says, another foolish devil. As he's going to walk up to it, he's going to make another attack. That hits. Gareth's doing his job as he smacks it for 2 points of damage. Underneath the ship, the crew members are hard at their own battle here against time itself as they're attempting to keep the vessel afloat, and they manage to maintain some level of protection on this run. As Velnos, this is your moment, my boy. Make something of you. And he is now. As you guys hear, Umberlee! Release me! I will give in! I will give in! You cannot do this without me! I know what you need! As he is suffering at this time. No beer Gog. This should be your death save, sir.
I roll a D1. What do I roll? D20.
D20, sir.
It's a 3.
That is one fail. Lunarion, it is your turn as you watch as Umberlee has blasted Gog with this blast of water, sending him over the edge. And as you look over, you see he's laying unconscious next to the rubble of the box that was in the center of the ship. You see Gareth and Elgin in combat with a bloated drowned one that appears like it could rupture at any moment. In front of you are the Earth Elemental has now gone on its own. We have to roll some wisdom saves to see what that wants to do. What would you like to do?
All right. You summon the worst of the Phoenix Rangers. Balgora, kill her. As I have my Balgora roll some attacks. We're going to roll some D20s here. The first one is not going to hit. Oh, wait, advantage. So the first one is going to roll for 15.
15
Not going to
misses.
hit. The second one is going to roll for 25.
25
That one's going to
hits.
hit. Yep. So we're going to do our third one. I'm just going to roll to hit all of these. This one is going to be a 20. The first one was a fist. The second one is a bite. I'm going to roll the damage on that. 7 plus 4. That's 11 points of damage. And then I'm going to roll 1d10. And that's 2 plus 4. That's 6. That's 17 points of damage from the Balgora.
How do you want to do this?
As I have my Bulgora roll its attack. Can I have it pull a punch?
You want to pull a punch?
If I kill her with my demon, will she go to Asmodeus?
She will not. How do you
There's
want to
more
do this?
important things than that then. As I tell my demon to kill it, as I look at her, and I say, Umberlee, you may have downed a few of my men, and my men are my responsibility. But I need you to know this, as you perish, that you may have been a god where you're from, but you are merely a fish in an ocean of chaos here in Tungra. As I order my Bulgora to crush her under his might.
So as the Balgura starts to make its way towards Umberlee, she reaches her spear back and she swings at it, making a giant sweeping attack across the deck of the ship. As it braces its hands, it catches the spear, and you see it kind of struggling with it before rips the spear out of Umberlee's hands as she no she like lashes forward with her mouth to attempt to bite down on him before he smashes her head into the deck as she slowly seeps off of the ship.
As Lunarion turns around, Gog! As he runs towards Gog, and he uses
Boom! As soon as her body reaches the seafloor, a giant explosion of water splashes off the edge of the vessel. And as it does, it launches 100 feet into the sky, almost as if a nuclear weapon was dropped right in front of the ship. And as the water begins to fall back into place, it doesn't just fall back into place. As in the sky, you watch, the air begins to swirl and spin as the water begins to pull the ship to the left towards the vortex of Vundrax. And as you look off the deck of the ship to the right, you see as the water begins to spin in on itself and swirl and swirl and swirl and swirl until a giant whirlpool forms on the inside of the vessel with the Sapphire Rain caught inside. As you look down into the center, you see the mouth of the maw of Umberlee chomping, waiting for you to get pulled down into the vortex. As the crew says, Captain! You look over the deck now from where you are. You can see Velnos is holding on to the side of the ship as you guys splash down on the sea level. He's holding on to some rope on the side of the ship, and on him there are these bonefish that are ripping his body apart, swarming around him, and every time he tries to pull himself back up, they grapple him and bite at him and pull his body down. As he says, what is going on? As you guys begin to spin and spin and spin, and lightning begins to strike in the center of this whirlpool as you all are being sucked down into the jaws of Umberlee. You have one round of actions before we enter the whirlpool.
Life or death. As Lunarion races towards No Beard Gog, and he uses Spare the Dying, a cantrip that he has to revive Gog.
So that stops him from dying, so he is stabilized.
For sure, yeah, it doesn't give him health or nothing. No, I have nothing to heal him with. Oh, wait.
Okay.
I might.
You wouldn't be able to use it here because you're spared of dying.
That's fair.
As
Dog,
you
are you all
guys-
right?
Yep. He does not respond to you.
Oh, I'm still damn.
You are
Okay.
still unconscious.
Right. As I pat Gog on the back and I say, "We're going down, buddy, but we're going down together this time." As he calls over to Balgora. Balgora, come cover us. As he asks Balgora to come over here and cover us with its body just in case anything were to occur. Actually, Balgora, can he attack the center?
He could not. He could jump down there
Yeah.
if you want
Nah,
him to.
hell nah. He could just cover us. Nah, it's okay. And then I call my spirit weapon closer as well.
Okay. As you hear Velnos call over, "Someone help me! Get me off of these things!"
I'm sorry, Velnos. It looks like we're all going down together. I did my best. We all did. But perhaps nothing is enough for a mortal to kill a god.
Fortunately, he finally rolls high enough to gather himself and pull himself back to the ship. I need you to make a perception check. As Velnos gets to the top of the
15.
ship, and he says, "She is not defeated. The oath is not fulfilled. She will take us all down."
Then what does she need, Velnos? We've done as much damage as we could do, and now she's in this state. I don't even know how we could attack her like this.
As you both glance down and you see the Bident on the deck of the ship. As you look, Velnos, and with that 15, you see his eyes almost go bloodshot, focused. Go ahead and give me an insight check as he starts to make his way slowly towards the Bident.
18.
He looks like he's ready to do what needs to be done.
Velnos? Velnos, what are you doing? Velnos, if you jump, I will kill you.
As he walks over to the Bident and he picks it up, I need everybody on deck to make a dexterity saving throw. Gareth is also still attacking this drowned one. Let's see if he can get her. Yeah, we'll say he gets her. She dies. Gog, this is going to be a fail because you're incapacitated. Everybody fails. Velnos.
I rolled a 17.
No, I'm talking about my people.
Oh.
Velnos passes. And the earth elemental passes. So you watch as you sort of ground yourself here on the deck. You and Velnos, as he picks up his Bident and you take Dukungi's lance, so you both stab it into the deck to kind of maintain your balance as the ship begins to rotate on its axis and tilt 10 degrees to the left, 20 degrees to the left, 30 degrees to the left, as Gareth, Elgin, and Gog all slide down in a smack, including the Balgura. Did you roll it for him as well? +5?
No, I didn't. Here, let me do that now. 20. 15 plus 5 is 20.
Okay. He maintains, and so Gog slides literally into the Balgura's body as the Balgura kind of catches him, recognizing him as an ally, not allowing him to slide farther down as he braces himself on the staircase. You and Velnos kind of latched on to now what is the higher part of the ship, as this part is like dipped down as the ship is almost rotated 30 degrees. As your crewmates are sliding down and sliding down, he says, "Lunarion! She hungers. I say we feed her."
Feed her what, Velnos? The Bident? You? All of us? What must we feed her?
This will never stop. Not as long as I am living. But I know an offer that she cannot refuse.
If it'll save your shipmates, Velnos, do what you must.
As let's see if so I roll for the ship people downstairs. As the ship does take 50 more points of siege damage. As a part of the mask breaks off and falls off as he watches as the Sapphire Rain is being ripped apart by this storm. He starts to climb the mast with his bident in hand. Slowly at first and now leaping, skipping 2, 3, 4 latches until he gets up to the swinging crow nest that is hanging over the vortex, over the whirlpool. And as he looks down, he says, Captain Lunarion.
Here, Velnos.
Take care of my shit, will you?
Velnos. Don't sacrifice yourself. Just throw the Bident.
That's what's got us into this mess. So what? She can take its power again? No. This ends today.
Can we destroy the Bident?
This will destroy it, I'm sure.
Will you be
All right,
gone
Aaron.
forever, Velnos?
Forever's not that long. As he jumps off of the crow's nest, you watch as he... Go ahead and give me a perception check here. I just want to see how cinematic this is.
A 6? As I say, Bargora, jump with him!
Okay. As the Balgura leaps after him, as Velnos turns and he sees this demon creature reaching out, its ally, trying to stop his self-sacrifice of jumping into the vortex, he grabs his bident with both hands right as the Balgura prepares to reach you. And with your devil sight, you watch as Velnos pierces himself in the chest before
Velnos.
landing in the jaws. And as he does, the water begins to return to its normal levels. The storm directly overhead begins to dissipate back into the direction of the vortex. As you look around, all seems in order. The mast busted, the ship now resting here. But the sky above you clears, and Umberlee has been defeated.
This is really what it costed. Velnos' life. Wait. As Lunarion goes to the edge of the ship, he lays Nobeer down gently as he turns and he goes to the edge of the ship. And he wants to walk around a bit, looking over the ship. Can I roll a perception check? He's trying to see if Velnos' body might be somewhere in the water. He rolls a mere 13 as Lunarion is trying to walk around and Velnos! Velnos! Could not have possibly ended like that. As he's making his way around the ship. Everyone, are you down there? Are you down there? As he turns and tries to make his way to the bottom of the ship to check on the rest of the crewmates. Everyone, are you here? Are you here? Are you good? Are you healthy? Is anyone damaged? Is there a healer anywhere? We need help up on top deck.
Captain. You see Cthulhu standing over Grunhild's body as she reaches up and touches his face and says, Grunhild! Necro, get a healing potion! Someone help! Please! As you see Cthulhu holding Grunhild's lifeless body is on this floor. Members of the Sapphire Rain are scrambling, casting spells of mending, taking hammer to the walls to prevent the seeping water. You see Nimra, Shellstep, casting control water to move water directly out of the hull of the ship and throwing it out of windows and throwing it out of passageways and open ways to try to prevent the ship from sinking. As you look around, there's carnage down here.
Velnos, what the hell have you left me? A mess! Is there a healer anywhere? Any healing spells? We need help up on top deck.
As someone comes rushing down, as Necro comes running in, he says, Cthulhu, here! As he hands him a healing spell, Cthulhu says, here, give me that thing! No, dear, take this, don't you go. As he opens up her mouth and starts to pour the healing potion into her mouth as he lifts her head back and starts to close her jaw to attempt her to swallow. He rubs on the side of her neck to try to get the potion to go down fast. He says, drink it, damn it, drink it! And as she oh, fuck! Oh, mate! I thought I saw Muradin for a moment.
I need a healer. Please, anyone.
Here, potions! As Necro slams down a bucket of potions down here on the deck, and he says, take them! Find the injured!
As I take a handful of potions, some that I stuff in my pocket, and I'm going to go to the top deck. As I, Gareth, take this! As I toss him one of the potions, and then I turn to No Beer Gog, and I try to give him some of the potion as well to heal him up.
Okay, Gareth heals 12 points. He says, thank you, Captain. Feeling right as rain. That was quite a scrap. As you start to pour some in Gog's mouth. Gog, go ahead, give me a D10 plus 10.
And I'm going to take some for myself as well.
$13.
As Gog, you get 13 points of healing as you wake up.
No beard! As he hug No Beer Gog really, really tight. I thought I lost you, man. I thought I lost you again.
This means you did it?
No beard, yeah, I defeated her at the front of the ship, but it wasn't enough. And Velnos had to sacrifice himself protect us and the rest of the ship and his shipmates. Velnos appears to be no more.
Good for him.
Good for him. Truly. He did what he could to save his party. I would have done the same. Just like you did.
Right. Just like I did.
Is everyone else okay? As he looks to Gareth. Gareth, you did a damn good job. I'm proud of you, young squire.
Thank you, Captain. Elgin, you did a fine job too.
No, he did not. Elgin, all you did was complain. Your squire did more work than you. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, Captain, I am ashamed. I apologize for my actions.
Let's go to the bottom of the ship and... No. Gareth, go to the bottom of the ship and ask everyone to come up top. We have much to discuss.
As Gareth goes below deck and he grabs the members of the Sapphire Rain, as about 8 of them come up. Some of them are still downstairs repairing items. Specifically, you notice that Necro is not there, as well as the Dragonborn.
Listen, you all, I will make this short, but it is not sweet. I bear terrible news. While we were able to thwart Umberlee and prevent her from destroying the ship even further, we weren't able to defeat her entirely. As you can see, she's no longer here, and that came at a great cost. You see, Velnos understood, your captain, that he needed to do away with the Bident and the pact that he had with Umberlee. One tied to a weapon and one tied to his soul. So for you all, Velnos sacrificed himself to Umberlee. Umberlee is no more. Here, at least. I don't know how this would work entirely, but what I do know is that Velnos courageously gave up his life to save yours. He left you all in my care, and I would do what I can to make sure that you all at least make land again. And from there, you can choose if you want to remain on this ship to get us to our destination. I understand if you wish to go separate ways. And that's it. As he goes up to Gog, pats him on the back. We should have did better. As he walks back to his room.
As you start to walk back, you hear, "Ah, isn't that sweet, Captain? Is that how you really feel?"
Who said that?
As on the side of the ship, from where the vortex and the whirlpool formed, a spiral of water shoots up on the side of the vessel. As he says, "Captain Velnos, at your service." And within his hand, the once Bident, cursed and marked with the dark energy of Aaron and Umberlee, has been reformed into his true form, the trident of the Forlorn. And he says, "Yeah, heard everything you said about me there. Got a little bit of water in your ears, mate."
Velnos, How how did you get out of there? I watched you jump into Umberlee's jaws.
It turns out the pack's no use to her if I'm dead. So, looks like I get to have my cake and eat it too.
Where's Umberlee?
Oh, she's here. As he looks at his new trident. But I have a feeling she'll be much more cooperative moving forward.
How does that work exactly, Velnos? You must explain everything to your party now! They risk their lives for you. You owe them the truth.
Well, turns out Umberlee wasn't so bad after all. This chaos, whatever it was that brought us here from the plane of water, it corrupted both her and I. And the truth is, my father, I believe he's made a pact. And this trial was to help me to understand who I need to become in order to defeat him when that time comes. But I would like to introduce you all to Aaron. This is the true goddess of water. As water sprouts begin to form into the body of a woman. But this woman, not coarse and evil like Umberlee. Beautiful and shining. A deep blue with seafoam hair and curls going down her head. We freed her.
You said what?
We did our jobs, Gog. We did our job.
Now, I know I said take care of my crew, but if I may, Captain, I believe I can get us to our destination a bit faster now. As you watch as, despite the damage to the rain, the holes in the hull, the tears in the sails, as Velnos glides over and places himself at the wheel, he lifts up the trident, and you watch as a tidal wave forms underneath the Sapphire Rain and then begins carrying you off to Leandar at breakneck speed.
Listen, Velnos. If you ever do anything like this again, I will kill you.
Oh, Gog.
No, don't laugh at me. I will kill you. I will be the one to kill you. I almost went back because of you.
Back? What do you mean back?
Next time anything like this happens again, you will die by my hands. I don't care about anyone else. I will personally kill you, and I'll send you. I don't care about any god you serve. I don't care about any of this. You ever put me or my anything, if you ever put me in this type of danger again, you will die.
Velnos reaches out to put his left hand on your shoulder.
He smacks it away. Don't touch me.
Okay, I understand.
You don't understand.
He doesn't need to understand, no beard.
He can't understand.
And maybe he shouldn't understand, no beard. But that's why we have a party. So that if this kind of danger were to come about again, we could have each other's backs. With that said, Velnos, I kept my promise. And I wish to make a new one. You have no allegiances to anyone or anything other than the Sapphire Rain and your men and women here. Join the Phoenix Rangers party. You see what I stand for, and my party stands for the same. One another.
You want him to join?
Of course I do. Do you know why, no beard?
It doesn't matter. This happened because of him. He put us in this type of danger.
No.
He
no
knew
beard.
this would happen.
No beard, I did. I put us in this kind of danger. It's my fault.
It's not your fault. It can't be your fault.
It is my fault, no beard. I knew about this from the beginning. I knew that he was supposed to feed people to his trident, and I told him not to. He had previously been doing that. This could have all been prevented had I not approached him and antagonized him. Had I not put a glimmer of hope inside of him that he could do away with his devil. He didn't have to make the choice to stand against his devil, no beard, but he did. And because of that, because of me lecturing him, that's what led us to this development. So technically, no beard, it's partially my fault.
For the sake of my freedom, I don't need you to make these mistakes anymore.
Captain, Prince Gareth here. If I could just speak up for a moment, I think we all got along quite well. I slayed my first monster, and I would love to be a member of the Phoenix Rangers.
You are already a squire of the Phoenix Rangers, Gareth. From the moment you sliced through that tentacle, the decision was made.
Well, Velnos, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to take that offer. Oh, yes.
People like this, Gog, we need to be around more people like this. And trust me, my entire family is down there, no beard. I get it. Maybe not one for one. Perhaps I don't feel your pain exactly as you do. But you know why I'm here. And that's to protect you. I would have gone the distance to find you. I was in the process of trying to find you. The whole party and I. So you keep your apprehensions. But for a man to face his devil and to stand against his devil, even in the end, when it could have cost him his life to protect his party, that's someone I want to keep around for a mighty long time.
Look, I get it. In all due respect, I don't give a damn about his devil. There's only one devil that I care about.
And that's fine, no bid. We'll cross that road when we get there as well. I'm starting to learn a bit about what makes a party what it is. I thought that it was all about strength. But perhaps Amnes was onto something. Maybe it is about the heart. There's something to that, you know. I couldn't possibly handle my mountains alone. And you taught me that, on our path to save Arrow. I was in utter darkness. It's just dark alone. in the path that we're treading, my future is even more bleak than it was when we first met. But with the party, with you, and with Velnos, and with Gareth, and with Amnes and Cora, and Balgren, and perhaps Riza and York, and Mace, and Luna, and Aralos.
And Gareth.
Perhaps things don't have to be so bleak. So what do you say, Velnos?
I say, where to, Captain? Hey, what do we say, Sapphire Rain? That's Cthulhu says. Aye, aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Where to, Captain? Where to, Captain?
To Leandar.
As you all begin to make your way to Leandar, under the sail of the Sapphire Rain, passing through smaller archipelagos such as the Thousand Isles, you coast down the ways past the Emberset. And with Velnos, his new abilities, this trip comes at breakneck speed and without worry of survival as you continue to make your way. I don't think the song's going to play, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to play it, but I don't think it's going to play. Well, you make your way towards the twin cities of Leandar to continue on your quest, to figure out what is going on with the cultists and uncover the secrets of the floating city. Yeah. Would you guys like to do anything on your trip?
I'd like to rest.
Yes.
As you both gain the benefits of a long rest, as over the night, Vel and your boy Necro work very tough and very hard to fix up the ship, making sure that the parts of it that were destroyed in the battle at Umberlee are repaired through various manners of mending and or natural repair. As you guys wake up and you're on your vessel, continuing to cruise on the Sapphire Rain on day 2, as you will be making your landfall on Leandar within the morning. Like to do anything on day 2?
Nah.
Just get us there.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, y'all might want to talk to somebody, man, as y'all pull over and you continue on your trip as you take your rest for the second night. Lunarion, I need you to make a wisdom save.
10.
Okay. As the ship begins to crest near the coastlines and the seafloor of the Twin Cities, Lunarion, the night before, as you try to lay your head down to go to bed, you feel a bit of unease, almost like you're being watched.
Asmodeus, if that's you creeping up, just say what you need.
My. We finally made it, haven't we?
We have. One step closer to the Zahir business.
Yes. And have you decided which path you are going to take?
I have.
Would you like to share? I do love
Would
a
you
good
really like to
story.
know?
Oh, please tell.
Well, as it stands, that's entirely dependent on the conversation I have with this said Zahir. But my ultimate goal is to eliminate the Yuan-Ti as a whole, ascend into godhood, and recreate my people anew, curse aside. My path is that of blood.
And blood you shall have. When you arrive in Leandar, make your way for the floating city of Niskaya. There, you will search. And while you search, you will be found.
Understood.
We will speak again. I'm proud of you. You're doing well with our new body.
Thoughts on the Umberlee fight?
Why isn't it obvious? You couldn't have done it without me.
I'm getting better at wielding your magics, Asmodeus. You should be a bit scared.
Oh no. I'm happy, in fact. The very fact that your body is able to wield this level of my magic, just a fraction of what I offer, shows that the preparations will be complete in due time. And when that time comes, you know what I want.
Oh, but of course. We'll just see if what you want will happen to come to pass. Who knows, Asmodeus? Perhaps I kill myself in the process.
Oh. But we wouldn't want that.
Now that I know your hand, and you know mine, perhaps from this partnership I can gain a few more of your powers. Perhaps you give me a bit of a boost while I'm here. I have a suspicion that what's to come may be even greater than what I faced in the past.
There are rumors that one of your old mentors may be found somewhere within the city. Seek him out, and you will receive that which you ask.
One last request, Asmodeus. My abomination form. Allow me to wield it with full autonomy at all times. No more games. No more you will kill my friends. No more of that. I'll wield it when I need. It'll give me an edge. Perhaps next time I'll send a god to your domain for you to feast on.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion with advantage. That's a juicy offer.
26.
Is that not?
Nope. Dirty.
Okay. As he says, you shall have it. But as you see an infernal contract appear before you. Let's put it in writing first.
And what exactly am I signing to? Sending you a god?
Yes. You can use this power, but in exchange, I'll acquire the head of a god. And let's say a time limit of
No
30
time
days?
limits. No time limits, Asmodeus. I don't have time to even find a god. How about this? I've been sending you people before. So, you know that I'm good for it. Sending people your direction puts me in greater harm, because I must get close. But in your form, in the abomination form, I have the physicality to end the fight there and send them down to you, without risking my life as much. So it helps me in that regard. And if I'm fighting a god, I'm sure you don't want me to die in the process if I'm to send that head to you. So let's make it fair. I'm not a god yet, Asmodeus. You can't place those kinds of expectations on me just yet. And you still have the reins. You still have all the cards. You still have my family. You still have my wife. I don't have anything. I'm requesting this one. Are you that prideful? What does one edge give little old Lunarion?
Fine. No time limit. Sign. As he erases that from the contract and the paper pushes towards you.
As Lunarion signs it. The head of a god it shall be.
We have a deal. Bye-bye for now, Lunarion. I will tell Hala that you do miss her. Or was that... What was her name again? I forget. Anyway, ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
As he goes down and leaves you with that Gog. You hear a knocking on your private door.
Can I tell who it is through my tremor sense?
Yes, you can. It is Velnos.
The door's not open. Leave.
Knocks again.
I meant what I said. Leave.
Gog, it's me, Velnos.
I know who it is.
Can we talk for a moment?
Talk.
I'm sorry if you feel like I should have done something different. At the time, I rejected her, Gog, for the first time. Cast Aaron into the sea. My bident, that is. But the screams, the yells, she invaded my mind. I could not rest. I could not think. And so I locked myself away in my room. Until Captain Lunarion gave me the courage to fight back. And so, Gog, I dove into the sea and I confronted her. And she cast me back out into that deck where you found me. But if I had known that she would go through those lengths to destroy everything, Gog, I thank you for defending me, but I did ask you to go beneath. I knew what I needed to do. And not to blame you, because I accept that I should have been more upfront with my pact. But surely one that runs in circles with the Phoenix Rangers can understand that deals with devils can be useful if those devils are brought to heel.
If you knew what you should have done, then you should have done it alone. Then after you got control of your weapon, then maybe you could come to us. But because you couldn't control your weapon, I nearly died and my weapon nearly got destroyed. I cannot go back.
Back to your plane? I hear the Earth plane is very nice, Gog. The mountains, vistas, caves.
Velnos, I'm not here to small talk. I do not want to small talk with you. If that is all you have to say, then leave.
I just want to make amends.
Should have been honest from the start.
Have you ever had great power that maybe went out of control and you were unable to do anything about it?
All the time.
Then maybe one day you'll be able to forgive me.
No. Now leave.
As he steps over to Captain Lunarion's room and he knocks on the door. Captain, are you awake?
Yes, Velnos. Is that you?
Yes. Can I come
How's
in?
it going, Velnos? Yeah, of course.
He comes in and finds a seat. Captain, we should be making landfall in Leondar shortly. But I wanted to first thank you for, well, helping me solve my little problem.
I'm a man of few promises. But I understood that one. We have something similar in that, well, I told you. I was in a bit of a similar predicament and kind of still am. But I'm glad that we could help. I'm glad that we could do something right for the sake of it just being right for once.
I also wanted to let you know, Captain, that the Sapphire Rain is yours, and we are happy to be members of the Phoenix Rangers. But I have to ask you, because there's one thing, Captain, that I've tried talking to Gog, and what is he so afraid of? He says going back. All I've been trying to do is get back to the plane of water. I can't understand why someone stranded here in this cursed realm would relish going back to their home.
Gog sacrificed himself to save the Phoenix Rangers party by throwing himself into Asmodeus' domain, the greatest devil. And Gog spent some time there, much time there, and perhaps time works differently there. I don't know. But my family is there too, and my wife was there, and is still there. I wish to save them, just like I wish to save Gog. But back in Mystistrix, Gog somehow managed to free himself, and I found him there. So what he means is most likely that he wishes not to return to hell. And I think he's scared of going back, and perhaps there's more. And that should be easy to understand. Correct, Velnos?
I understand. But I can promise you this. As long as I have my trident, no Phoenix Ranger will go to hell.
And while I trust that, with a man like Gog, in his position, you gain trust by proving strength. So, where we're going, and the things we'll see and get ourselves into, perhaps there'll be ample opportunity to show that strength, to demonstrate that might, so that God could have faith in you, as he does me.
I understand. Thank you, Captain. I see
Thank
now
you,
that I
Velnos.
was misunderstanding him completely. Gog is more complex than he lets on.
Oh, but of course, he's always been that way, whether he explains it that way or not.
Good night, Captain. I
Good
don't
night,
expect I'll be
Velnos.
having any bad dreams tonight.
Oh, but if I hear you, you know I'll be up there.
As he leaves out the room. And as you all lay your heads down for the night, awaiting what you will find in Leondar, Gog, visions and nightmares of hell periodically flash in your mind, the thought of going back lingering on your conscience, moving forward, doing everything in your power to never feel powerless like that again. As you all coast towards the island with the big blue shining overhead, a quiet night in this part of Tungra, while in other places the drums of war beat. And that is where we will end our session.